Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about an all too common part of the Bible in Exodus 20, and basically that whole chapter talking about the Ten Commandments. I know some people may know the Ten Commandments, we understand them and why they're there for us, because right now they're being under attack, especially the fourth commandment, talking about the Sabbath. So we shouldn't overlook these commandments. So we'll be talking about these commandments one by one. Each of us will be discussing the different types of the commandments, all the way from 1 to 10. So hope you enjoy our analysis. So the first commandment is talking about how we shouldn't serve any other gods before God. And nowadays we've remedied that and interpreted that at a higher level. Like, things some people may place before God are games, sports, sometimes YouTube or hobbies that they like. And it doesn't just mean idols, like some religions have, which will be discussed in the next commandment.
The second commandment is not to make any graven images. False religions such as Hinduism, Catholicism, and Buddhism worship graven images. Catholicism, most Catholics worship Mary, or sometimes they may pray to a statue of Jesus crucified in their bedroom, or they may even pray with the rosary. That's not specifically like a graven image, but it's some sort of, I guess, charm that they may wear and pray with. Also, Hinduism have multiple different gods, and Buddhism.
The next commandment is about not taking the name of the Lord in vain. This is all too common. Many people overlook this, and they may understand it, but they don't really keep it. Like, saying things like OMG, it really degrades the name of God. Um, you actually look in the Hebrew, the word translated in vain is actually transliterated in the Hebrew as emptiness, vanity, emptiness of speech, or lying. Basically, is just trying to lighten that name. Like, it's not taking God seriously, but we should honor God and take his name seriously.
The next commandment, the fourth one, is the most important one that we should follow, and that is because it is being twisted today. That is to remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. By Sabbath day, the Bible says the seventh day of the week, which is Saturday. And most churches today, even most Protestant churches, unfortunately observe the Sabbath day on the first day of the week, which is Sunday, and they use any excuse whatsoever to worship on that day. And it is also going to be enforced in the future, Sunday law, and we will talk about that in a future video.
The next commandment, commandment number 5, is talking about honoring your father and mother. It also adds here that ye may live long in the land which the Lord your God gives you. Colossians 3:20 also further states that obeying your parents, you also obey God. So it says here, children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. So obey your parents. will actually set you up for success.
The next commandment, the sixth commandment, is do not kill. Why shouldn't we kill? Most of us already know this is not the right thing to do, but why? This is because human life is valuable and we should each value each other's life. And Matthew 10, verse 29 through 31 says, Are not two sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. This shows that God cares about all of his creatures, even just little birds. So, how much more valuable are us humans to him? And verse 30 also says, But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. This means that God cares for each and every part of our body, let alone our own life. And 31 says, Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. It also says sparrows again, just like it said in Matthew.
The next commandment is commandment number 7 about not committing adultery. I try to think of it like back in Egypt, the children of Israel, especially if you look in Genesis talking about Abraham, you'll see how the heathen, they would take the wives of their men because they're beautiful, just like I think it's around in Genesis about Ahimelech who took Sarah, Abraham's wife, when God warned him. But not just because of that, but it's not right to do, and it's a sin against God because God created man and woman, so man should have only one wife and not commit fornication with other women or versa.
The next commandment, number 8, is do not steal. Ephesians 4:28 says, Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands, the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth. So to stop stealing does not only mean encouraging you to work for your own things that you would like, but to also give to those who don't have, instead of encouraging them to also steal because there's no one to help them with those things. And Ephesians also does not condemn stealing, but it encourages productive and honest labor, as I already said, as an alternative to stealing, which is a sin.
The second to last commandment, number 9, is talking about how we shouldn't lie, or as the KJ version states that, or King James version, sorry, says about not bearing false witness. Proverbs 12:22 further states that the Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in people who are trustworthy. This verse from Proverbs underscores God's displeasure with deceitful speech and his favor towards those who are honest and trustworthy. Also, another verse in Proverbs 19:9 says, A false witness will not go unpunished, and whoever pours out lies will perish. So there's very serious consequences when people lie because it will lead to judgment inevitably.
The next commandment, the 10th commandment, and also the last commandment is do not covet. 1 Timothy 6:6 says, But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that. To covet is to want something that someone else has so much that you do not want them to have it. And this is something that may unnecessarily stress us out daily, and we should pray to God and ask Him to give us contentment with whatever we have, because the more we have, the more we want, and it's better to have less things because we are encouraged to be more content with the little amount of things that we have.
Thank you for listening. This was just a rough overview of the Ten Commandments. We hope that you've learned something new from this analyzation of Ten Commandments, how we should not place other things before God. We shouldn't make any graven images. We shouldn't take the name of the Lord in vain. We should remember the Sabbath day. Like, it's the fourth commandment. It's very important. We should honor our father and mother. We shouldn't kill. We shouldn't commit adultery. We shouldn't steal. We shouldn't bear false witness. And lastly, we shouldn't covet. So may you be blessed, and we hope you take something out from this video that was a blessing.
Be sure to like this video and subscribe and watch more of our videos. I hope this video blessed you. Bye.
Bye.